Namanga, Kenya, hundreds of Tanzanian demonstrators, fleeing clashes with security forces, crossed into Kenyan territory on Thursday, barricading roads, lighting bonfires, and tearing down posters of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, while denouncing the country's recent presidential and parliamentary elections as a sham. The border incursion at Namanga escalated tensions following Tanzania's chaotic October 29, 2025, vote, which has been marred by allegations of fraud and opposition suppression. Eyewitnesses reported that protesters, fearing reprisals from Tanzanian police, poured across the border, where they were met with support from Kenyan traders. Chanting anti-government slogans, the group destroyed election billboards featuring President Suluhu and lit bonfires along the roads, effectively halting cross-border traffic. The election that took place in our homeland is a sham. The outcome is predetermined, said protester Denis Chitundu, echoing widespread claims of electoral manipulation. An internet shutdown in Tanzania further paralyzed cargo clearance at the busy Namanga border post, exacerbating economic disruptions. Kenyan authorities reported that 2 people died after fleeing running battles with Tanzanian police during the unrest. Amnesty International confirmed the fatalities, identifying one as a civilian and the other as a police officer, killed amid election day protests that turned violent. Several others were injured, with reports of protesters pelting stones at Tanzanian forces, who responded with what appeared to be rubber bullets and tear gas. One injured demonstrator was seen being carried away during the border chaos. The border spillover is part of broader nationwide protests in Tanzania, where demonstrators in Dar es Salaam and other cities defied a police-imposed curfew, setting polling stations ablaze and clashing with security forces. Police fired shots and tear gas to disperse crowds in neighborhoods like Mbagala and Gongo la Mboto, as protesters accused the government of undermining democracy. The military has been deployed in some areas to quell the unrest. President Suluhu, seeking re-election, faced minimal opposition after key figures from the main parties, Chadema's Tundu Lissu and ACT Wazelendo's Zitto Kabwe, were barred from running on technical grounds. Critics, including human rights groups, have condemned the process as rigged, citing over 200 politically motivated disappearances since 2019 and restrictions on media and opposition activities. The government has urged civil servants and students to stay home amid the violence, while opposition leaders remain in jail. Amnesty International has called for an investigation into the use of force by Tanzanian authorities, emphasizing the need to protect peaceful protesters. As of October 31, 2025, vote counting continues, with Suluhu expected to retain power, but the escalating protests signal deepening discontent in the East African nation.